woke and broke.
Right.
Back to the Pierre quote, right?
Yeah. You gotta lose your life on this side.
Ezekiel 33 and 31.
Yep.
And they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them. For with their mouth they show much love.
And this is Salat, but this is when you have all these Israelites that pop up with the fringes, walking around in daily life, that got the fringe on the outside, but ain't got the fringe on the inside. Okay, that's why we stress you brothers out here. Hey man, understanding this and being edified in this is an important thing for you to be a part of. Okay, we're here to make sure that you are completely edified upon all the questions that you may have, all the situations that you may come across, that you can understand how to judge it. All right, and so when prophecy comes in, you can see it for yourself. That's what we're here to do for you, so that when others come upon you that don't know, you can do the same for them. But what do? They sit on the keyboard and they complain about what they don't like about these groups, about this doctrine, but they ain't got nothing of their own. They talk about, that's why I don't like camps. Well, the camps ain't about the people that what they're doing. It's about the doctrines of those camps. You looking at, and at the end of the day, they don't like order, because they know if they join a camp, they're at the bottom. But everybody's supposed to start from the bottom. When you're building something, don't you start from the bottom? You don't start I'm gonna build the top of this palace, and then I'll build the bottom and put the top. You can't lift the top. You know the stuff at the top is gonna be the heaviest stuff, because you gotta get it that far up.
Also come down to Jake not going to do the work.
Yep.
When you come in the camp, when you come to be a part of something, you're a part of building something. You got to work. It ain't just I'm an Israelite, so we can just kick it and hang out and party. Nah, man, you come in a great millstone camp. You got to work, and other brothers that follow the doctrine.
Yeah.
That's what.
That's the real.
And the thing about it is, you're not working. You got to work. You working for your salvation. You doing the work of the Lord. Jake don't want to. That's too much for Jake.
What it say? The workman that be not ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. That takes work. It takes work to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So anybody that and what's the benefits of that work? Matter of fact, somebody get Wisdom of Solomon set.
Know about wisdom of Trey?
Yeah, it started around verse 7. Start at 7.
I started at 7. Wherefore, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7, verse 7. Wherefore I prayed, and understanding was given me. I called upon the Most High, and the spirit of wisdom came to me. I prefer.
To gain wisdom, it takes work. You gotta pray to. You gotta have an idea, and then you gotta be like, let me see if this is true. You gotta try it out.
That's why the scriptures say, wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure.
Yeah.
Right. He has time to work it out and see if it's beneficial.
For instance, if you're in a class and you want to obtain that wisdom, you have to study. You have to read the book. You have to go over notes. You have to take notes. You have to, really be on it.
Yeah.
Same thing with this. Yes, the Lord will sup with you if He sees you sincere, you trying. But if you just sitting back thinking, oh, the Spirit gonna hit me like some niggas in the church, it ain't gonna happen.
The Spirit will for you to do the work.
Right.
To do the research yourself. Trust me, every brother that you see out there teaching you, it's just not complete. He just sat there in this situation. He just started speaking it. No, he was reading, he was studying, he was praying, he was fasting. All of these things that come with the learning. He was using experience that he may have had.
You think that the apostles, the disciples in Acts the 2nd chapter, they wasn't studying.
Right.
The Spirit just came on them and they just started teaching. No, they had been, the Yahawashi had been building them up to that point.
Yeah.
So they can go out and be teachers,
Quick. Sirach 24 and 32, and I'm going to read down real quick. It says, I will yet make doctrine to shine as the morning, and will send forth her light afar off.
Yep.
I will yet pour out doctrine as prophecy, and leave it to all ages forever.
Beautiful.
Behold, that I have not labored for myself only, but for all them that seek wisdom.
Beautiful. I've not labored for myself only. That's when we get this wisdom. We're supposed to share with one another. Why would I want to see anybody continue making the same mistakes I made now that I understand how to do it the right way? The last thing I want to do is to have somebody else go through the same bullshit that I was ignorant of and went through. All right? But that's what this is for. That's what we wear the fringes for, to remind one another to keep wisdom at the forefront of what we're doing. All right? And that comes in a form of law, statutes, and commandments, and a covenant that we connect with the Heavenly Father to keep. You got it?
Deuteronomy 32:2. My doctrine shall drop as the rain, my speech shall distill as the dew, as small rain upon the tender herb, as the showers upon the grass.
That's the one that is it Apollo's water, Paul?
Planted.
Yeah.
You know, most high gave the increase.
Yep. You got that one?
No.
Oh, you got one though? That's a good one.
First Corinthians 3 and 6.
Let him read it right quick.
Go ahead, guys.
Go ahead.
Proverbs 1:5. A wise man will hear and will increase learning. A man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsel.
Keep going to 7.
To understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and instruction.
Right. So there's been set up to give you wisdom and instruction that you can pick it up and now run with that. You can increase. What was that one that said? What is it said? A wise man will hear and increase learning. There's another one too, though, right? But that's the point. That you don't just that you will be able to add on to it. Is that what it says? But you hear certain things, and then you. I think that's what he said. But you'll hear certain things.
So like 21 and
that's the one I was
15.
thinking. You'll hear
Skillful
certain things.
man,
And
a skillful man
right.
will add it. He will commend it and add unto it.
Right. And it's the better building of wisdom amongst our people.
Because we've entered into other men's labors.
Right.
So the past wisdom, of the apostles down into, the elders, unto, the younger brothers. Hey, that's a saying, I believe it was by Newton. It says, I've been able to stand taller because I've stood on the shoulders of giants.
Yep.
I've been able to see further, because I've stood on the shoulders of giants.
Hey, living vicariously through righteous men is what this book is all about.
Right.
Because what does it do but better? It's the same way that Esau does on the left hand. He leaves inheritances for himself. Our inheritance is to keep wisdom flowing through our people. Keep fear of the Lord through our people. Teach to thy sons and thy sons' sons forever. Keep this going, and then you eventually, through reincarnation, come back into a wise life.
Right.
Okay, where this perpetuates. That's how it is supposed to work. Okay, but now that it's been completely stripped from us, we have to build it back up from the ground. Well, we have a cornerstone to start with.
Right.
And you can call it the Bible, but it's really the spirit of Yahawashi. And he himself being that miracle, so to speak, that the Heavenly Father gave us as a mercy situation to get us back into where we're supposed to be, which was the original plan.
Because he's what? He's known as the cornerstone.
Right.
He's the foundation of what's being built.
Right.
So without him, we would not be able to build anything. What would you be building off of?
Right.
If you don't have that foundation to keep it erected.
Yeah. Right.
So we can continue we're building upon Yahawashi's foundation.
Right.
Yeah.
You got that one, Apollo's water?
First Corinthians.
Yeah, somebody hit that one.
Yeah.
Hit the one that the brother called in Sirach 21.
First, because the title of it says Foundation of Living, on top of 1 Corinthians 3.
Beautiful.
And I, brethren, could not speak unto you as unto spiritual, but as unto carnal, even as unto babes in Hamashiach. I have fed you with milk and not with meat, for hitherto ye were not able to bear it, neither yet now are ye able. But ye are yet carnal, For whereas there is among you envying, strife, divisions, are ye not carnal and walk as men?
Don't Jake want to be the one that Jake want to get it faster. He want to always climb up another way.
Yeah, Jake
He want to get to a level so he can be
yeah,
over.
yeah. Jake want to what do you call it when you study for a test? Cram the truth.
Yep.
Nah, this is
It don't work that way.
It don't work like that.
It's literally like we went about to get to.
And if Jake,
Somebody planted it.
yeah,
And it takes time. You gotta have faith to wait for that to sprout up.
and if Jake can't get it fast, they don't want it.
You know what?
They don't want it. It's like
Because they got better things to do. Jake figured he got better things to do. Which
Time is
everything
money.
else to do is rooted in wickedness. Man.
Jake,
Forget about this.
Jake wants the cliff notes
Yeah.
instead of reading the whole book.
There's details in that whole book that's gonna make the understanding stick. You got it, bro.
For while one saith, I am Paul, and another, I am Apollos, are ye not carnal? Who then is Paul, and who is Apollos, but ministers by whom ye believe, even as the Lord gave to every man? I have planted, Apollos watered, but the Most High gave the increase. So then neither is he that planteth anything, neither is he that watereth, but the Most High that giveth the increase.
Yep.
He that planteth and he that watereth are one, and every man shall receive his own reward according to his own labor.
Beautiful. That gave it all right there, right? The work you put in is the work the Most High is going to give you back by watering it, watering it for you. So if you don't have a strong root, all the way built up, if yours is small and feeble, that's on you.
Yeah.
Because you didn't put the work and care into it like you should.
You equate it. Sometimes I equate it to a portfolio. Like say you got a
Buy
portfolio
your work,
and
yep.
you got you. Okay, let me see your portfolio. Let me see all your work. And if your shit is just couple pages, closed, that ain't gonna cut it. Because the Most High knows what you're able to and not able to do. So if the Most High knows you're able to do more, to seek more, He's going to expect, it goes back to the parable of the talent, to make good on that money that He gave you, to make good on that level of spirit that He have gave you.
Off the bat, want to do the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned the talent. Like you may be given the bare minimum, it's true, but you have to do your best with that bare minimum.
Yeah, like it says in Ecclesiastes, it says the 9th chapter where it says basically to whatever you set your hand to do it with all thy might. So that's even if you have a small portion, the Lord, brings you in, and He wants you to be a part of the body, and He wants everybody to work. It don't matter what He gave you. You better max out with what He gave you. Utilize it. You a brother that's you might not necessarily be a prophet, but you might be a healer. You might be you knowledgeable when it comes to healing brothers. You better be a hell of a physician, man, for the body. If you a brother that's you know how to read spirits, you have the spirit of discernment. Well, that's your job is to admonish brothers based on what you're seeing. Constantly warning and admonish brothers. If you're a help, you have resources and you want to give them to the church to help their cause or to help brothers, be a hell of a cheerful giver, man.
What's that
But anything that you do, whatever the Lord gives you, you gotta max out with that, man.
Magnifying that office.
The Lord's gonna require it of us all, man. The Lord's gonna be the one to come out and say, all hands on deck.
Yeah.
Then He's gonna be like, all right, let me check everybody's work. Everybody, hey, bring it up. All right, empty your pockets.
He said, run it.
You know how the top dude, he come to his homies on the corner like, all right, what y'all got? That's how the Lord's gonna judge it, man.
Okay.
He that soweth bountifully shall reap bountifully.
Yeah.
But he that sows sparingly shall reap sparingly.